Hi, guys. Hello, everybody. Welcome you all to this session where we are going to be talking about reading comprehension. In the last 8 sessions, we have done vocabulary for reading comprehension, and this one also we'll be covering a passage. If you can see me and hear me, if I am audible and visible, guys, give me a quick yes. And if I'm not, then give me a no so that I know that you can see me and hear me. Guys, remember, if you are here and ready with the session, then just make sure that you have shared the session with your friends and family so that others can also join in. I hope you have already liked the session. If you haven't, do like it, and also make sure that you have subscribed to the channel so that you can participate in the chat. Okay, guys, my name is Abhilasha, and I'm going to be taking you through this reading comprehension session. Guys, remember, when you read better, when you work at your reading comprehension, there are 4 sections that actually improve for you. So there is general English that you can do better, right? So that's number one. There's logical reasoning, which you will do better. That's your second section. Your third section, of course, will be your legal reasoning, which also, because it's full of passages, you will do better at that section also. And you will also do well at your general knowledge section if you're working on your reading comprehension. And that is why you need to focus a lot on your reading comprehension, mainly on your reading and your practice. Of course, your vocabulary is also very important, because if your vocabulary is not strong, how are you going to read and understand the passage? So, therefore, these sessions are very helpful. Why? Because we're taking up passages and we're trying to solve some vocabulary questions from those passages. In today's passage, I have got some 10 questions for you, and we'll try and cover those. All based on vocabulary. So let's not waste any time. Let's get started. Here's your passage. Uh, let's read this. Okay. Here's the first part of your passage. Read. All right, guys, let's read the passage together. Here is your passage. So it says stealing crypto involves two main phases. So there are two parts to stealing crypto. The first is breaching a target system. That means you get into the target system. The digital equivalent of finding an underground passageway to a bank's vault. Phishing emails can insert malicious code. North Korean operators pose as recruiters and entice software developers to open infected files during fake job interviews. So they have fake job interviews. They ask these children to open up the files, and when the file opens, there's some code that lands in their system. Another approach using involves using fake identities to get hired at remote IT jobs with foreign companies, which can be a first step to accessing accounts. They become really good at finding vulnerabilities through social engineering, says Andrew Feuerman of Chainalysis. In the Bybit case, hackers compromised the computer of a developer working for a provider of digital wallet software. Now, once the currency is stolen, the cryptocurrency has to be laundered, not wash it, but yes, to be hidden. Dirty money is spread across multiple digital wallets combined with clean funds and transferred between different cryptocurrency processes known in the industry as mixing and chain hopping. They're the most sophisticated crypto launderers we've ever come across, says Tom Robinson of Elliptic, a blockchain analytics firm. Finally, the stolen funds need to be cashed out, so you need the money. Okay, let's read the second part of the passage. Again, I'm muting myself. You can read the passage. All right, let's read this second part of the passage. It says, a growing array of underground services, many linked to Chinese organized crime, can help with this. Fees and interdictions by law enforcement reduce the overall take, but North Korea can expect to receive 80% or maybe 90% of the funds it steals, says Nick Carlson, a former FBI analyst now with TRM Labs, a blockchain intelligence firm. North Korea has several strengths. Now, what are these? One is talent. So, this could appear counterintuitive. The country is desperately poor, and ordinary citizens have severely restricted access to the internet or even computers. But North Korea can take the best minds and tell them what to do. Nobody can stop, says Kim Seung Ju of the School of Cybersecurity at Korea University in Seoul. They don't have to worry about them going to work at Samsung. At the International Collegiate Programming Contest in 2019, a team from a North Korean university came eighth, beating those from Cambridge, Harvard, Oxford, and Stanford, some of the best minds in the world. Okay, that's very interesting. All right, here is your first question. What does breaching most likely mean? Breaching, you're breaching into those systems. So, what are you doing? You're probably getting into it. So, are you strengthening? No. Violating or breaking into? Yes. Protecting? No. Encrypting? No. All right, here's your second question. Take a moment, read, and then we'll ask. Which word is closest in meaning to entice as used in the passage? So, they entice people. So, do they persuade? Yes. Do they reject? No. Do they expose? No. Do they prevent? No. So, persuade. And that's your correct answer. Which of the following words is the opposite of sophisticated as used in the phrase they are the most sophisticated crypto launderers? So, is it elite, complex, naive, or advanced? It's definitely not elite, not complex, not naive. Advanced is the correct answer. The term vulnerability in the passage. What is vulnerable? Vulnerable is something that can be attacked, right? So it's not a strong security measure. It can be a weak point. Can it be a cryptographic advancement? No. Can it be a software update? No. So it's a weak point that can be exploited. So your family is your vulnerability, right? So these things. All right. Cyber criminals use social engineering tactics to something unsuspecting victims into revealing sensitive information. So, unsuspecting victims are revealing sensitive information. Are they being ignored? No. Are they being eliminated? No. Are they being defended? No. They're being coerced. Right? Coerced means to be forced into it. Okay. All right. What does the word counterintuitive most likely mean in the sentence? This could appear counterintuitive. The country is desperately poor and ordinary citizens have severely restricted access to the internet. So, what does counterintuitive mean? Is it obvious? Is it contrary to what one would expect? Is it inherently logical? Is it mathematically proven? Intuitive is understood, right? If something is intuitive, you understand it well. So if it is counterintuitive, it is opposite to what can be understood, right? So therefore, contrary to what one would expect will be the correct answer. Not A, not C, and not D. All right. Which of the following words is closest in meaning to interdiction as used in the passage? Dict, of course, the root word dict means to speak. We already know that. Inter, of course, means between. So, of course, somebody is intervening. What are they doing? They're stopping you from doing something. So, therefore, restriction, not permission, not invitation, not encouragement. These three, anyways, are almost synonymous, so they could not be the answer. All right, which of the following is opposite of compromised as used in hackers compromise the computer of a developer? So what did the hackers do? They compromised the system of the computer of a developer and they were able to get in. So they attacked it. So that is the meaning. So that cannot be the opposite. We're looking for the opposite. Repaired? No. Stolen? No. So secured? Yes, the correct answer will be A, secured. The term laundered in cryptocurrency has to be laundered is most closely related to. What do you mean by laundered? Are you trying to clean it up? What does laundering do? What does a laundry do? It cleans. So when you talk of money laundering, you're cleaning the money. So you don't wash it, do you? So what are you doing? You're taking black money and you're shifting it so that it turns into white money. So that is what this cryptocurrency has to be done. So therefore, can you enhance blockchain transparency? No. Are you strengthening cybersecurity measures? No. Are you cleaning up encrypted data? No. Are you legalizing money obtained illicitly? Yes, and that's your correct answer. All right, in the passage, mixing and chain hopping refer to. We'll just have to go back to the passage. You read the options and then I'll take you back to the passage and we'll try and answer this question. Is it the process of hiding the origin? Is it a blockchain security? Is it a way to store cryptocurrency safely, or is it an investment strategy for digital assets? I'm just going to go back to the passage. I know we had it somewhere. Yes. Okay. Dirty money spread across multiple digital wallets combined with clean funds and transferred between cryptocurrencies. Process is known as mixing and chain hopping. All right. So when you're shifting dirty money, changing it out with clean money, that's called mixing and chain hopping. So therefore, the correct answer will be process of hiding the origins of cryptocurrency, and that's going to be your correct answer. A blockchain security method, no. Way to store cryptocurrency safely, no. Not an investment strategy also. All right. So that brings us to the end of today's session, guys. I hope I've been able to help. Remember, you can always pause the video wherever you want to answer the question and then check my version of the answer and see if you've got it right. What is your score at this point of time out of 10 questions? Please identify and please put it in the chat box so that we can also see what your scores are. All right, with that, I come to the end of the session. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'm here for a minute. Thank you so much, guys. Remember to subscribe to the channel, like the session, share it with your friends and family. I hope all of this will be helpful to you. My name is Abhilasha, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye bye. Adios, my amigos. Hasta la vista.